Okay, this again is strategic, invisible engagement, visual invisibility warfare. And this is part three, nuclear invisibility arms race. And for those of you who don't know, if you don't see this on the playlist, if you didn't see it in the order on the playlist, I went from the first one, strategy, to the third one, nuclear invisibility arms race, because it still has the text up here that I wanted to explain and how that might play into the arms race, the nuclear and invisibility arms race. It's a global proliferation of lethal and or passive weapons. Nuclear weapons are definitely lethal. They're the most lethal weapons known to man. Invisibility is a passive weapon. It can't directly hurt anybody, harm anyone or anything. Um, by its nature, by its properties, it can carry. It could be armed. It could be, but in and of itself, invisibility is probably one of the most passive weapons I know, for its capabilities. And the reason I kept these texts up here, these writings up here, is because I'm using the same arguments that I used to show the different aim, hit, um, enemy blinks first, constant vigilance, and the volume determines speed. Because, and in society as a whole, there needs to be a heightened, I don't know if I spelled that right, a heightened vigilance. With invisibility, there will come a day, if we live long enough to see all observables invisibility, where you would just have to give up some of your privacy in order to maintain your existence. But you can have a heightened vigilance. You have to have a heightened vigilance. That's just a matter of life, a matter of progress, I guess. And if I don't invent this, somebody else will. Or if my ideas aren't right, then somebody else's might be. And you can bet the bad guys working on it, the bad elements in society, if their intent is to do what they want to do, and if they see invisibility as an option, then they'll work towards it, the same as any other institution in America or anywhere else. So, global proliferation, and I don't just mean America or any place like that, I mean globally, the whole globe, proliferation. This is going to be required in order to sustain some sort of a handle on nuclear proliferation, sorry, invisible proliferation, invisibility. The more it's given away in open source, and I'll cover that in part two, or if you're watching this in the order that it appears in the playlist, I've already covered it. But this is open source. It's going to feed into global proliferation of invisibility, which will work to reduce nuclear arms, nuclear development, and nuclear war by these deeds: infiltration, sabotage, small time theft, kidnapping, hostage taking, possibly infiltration, sabotage, large time theft, big time theft, um, battle staging, even rogue nations will have a concealed landscape. But and the last thing I wanted to point out with this is that there's like an algebraic relationships among these different volumes and deeds. I haven't put that side in. I can't really figure that out, but I sense some sort of algebraic relationship among these different levels of volumes. Personal invisibility, invisibility suits can go into vehicular, even on the back of a motorcycle if your suit's thin enough. planes, tanks, automobiles, battleships, which is what this would say, battleships, moving fortresses. And it can go into concealed landscapes, cityscapes, countryscapes, whatever. Um, Vehicular can go into a moving fortress, can go into a cityscape, but it can't go into you can't fit inside a suit with a vehicle. And these two are right next to each other, moving fortresses and concealed landscapes, because the moment you reduce the size of a moving fortress, it automatically qualifies as a vehicular transport. So these two are arbitrarily the same thing, concealed landscapes and moving fortresses. So it follows some sort of algebraic relationship. See how these go into 3, these go into 2, these stay the same, they can't go into these two. Some sort of tactic, something that might be useful to consider. So that ends this, and if you've seen this in order, then that ends the whole series of these videos in this playlist. But if you're watching it through the playlist, if you're watching it randomly, then the next video will be, I know it's confusing, the next video will be number 2, open source proliferation of invisibility, and the ideas behind that. Well, thanks a lot.